Thank you so much for the opportunity to tell you about this amazing journey that we started 8 years ago. The Green Building Council of South Africa is a small organization, but an organization I believe that is incredibly powerful. We've positioned ourselves as trying to inspire property owners to design, to build and to operate buildings that fundamentally tread lightly on what is increasingly becoming a fragile planet. In April this year, we celebrated our 100th certification. So the 100th project in South Africa that ticked all the boxes on a very comprehensive certification system called Green Star South Africa, and is then able to achieve that incredible badge of honor that says we've done it. We're very conscious of well, I've got some LED lights, so I must be a green building. Green buildings are a whole lot more. We love the fact that some property owners are installing energy efficient lighting, but green buildings are a whole lot more than just changing the light bulbs. So the Green Star certification system has 9 categories. It talks to energy, it talks to water, it talks to indoor environmental quality, it talks to the materials that have been used, it talks to how you handle waste. Very importantly, it has a category for innovation, so how you've tested the boundaries. To talk for a second about 100 certifications and why we consider this to be such a significant milestone. In April last year, we celebrated 50 certifications. So that's a growth of 100% in a year. And consider for a moment that it took us 7 years to get to 50 and it's taken 1 year to get to 100. One sort of understands and one is now able to grasp the seriousness with which the property industry in South Africa is, I believe, stepping up to this plate and making green building happen. Clearly, the fact that we're in stressed energy times, and we all know about load shedding and the like, clearly that has escalated the priority. But green building, as I've said, is a whole lot more than just energy. So 100 certifications is near as damn it 2 million square meters of space. That is a huge amount of area. On average, a green building uses 34% less energy, just as to flesh out the energy example, uses 34% less energy than a normal office building. In a discussion I had with Eskom recently, at a 34% saving across the property sector, the energy crisis goes away. And I love this fact that property owners, property managers, property operators are now starting to empower themselves, if you'll forgive the crazy pun, to empower themselves to do something about these stress energy times that we live in. So we all know that there's a really dominant conversation on the supply side, the fact that some of the power stations are late, the fact that the fleet hasn't been maintained as well as it should have, and so on. Those are disempowering conversations. There's not a lot we can do about that other than moan. But on the demand side, how we operate our buildings, how we behave in our buildings, that's something we can do. And clearly, through these first 100 certifications now that have happened, clearly the property industry has embraced this challenge and is actually doing something about it. I really enjoy the fact, though, that some of the property owners are now starting to differentiate their market proposition on the basis of being energy efficient and of being green. So in those first 100 buildings, it's fantastic to see that the leader by a long way happens to be South Africa's largest real estate investment trust. 22 projects were certified by Growthpoint. So it's very exciting to see that the next biggest real estate investment trust, Redefine, happens to be number 2 on that list. So it's to me and to us in the Green Building Council of South Africa a real joy to see the energy, the passion with which companies are starting to embrace this. So it's an enriching conversation rather than the sort of rather doom and gloom of supply side and there's going to be another load shed and. An exciting time. We're very, very pleased to be able to, I suppose, have been part of inspiring that change.